for parties, meetings, or private events. For more information, go to www.malibουwine.com. That's MalibuWine.com or 818-865-0605. Welcome back here to the PM show on CRN Digital Talk Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Fred Dreyer looking out for you, looking out for the country. You saw him on Hunter. You saw him play football for the Rams. Yeah, he was the guy. The New York Giants signed him. They were smart enough. Now you're signing him up. Every week at this time, right here on this radio station, this cable system, as he tries to take America back and help you through some of the craziness that's going on. Fred, on CNBC, Jim Cramer, the host there, was on Meet the Press and was taking it to the President of the United States. Here's more of what Jim Cramer said about President Obama.
Tremendous fear means uncertainty. Uncertainty means no spending. Uncertainty means no spending by businesses. It means no hiring. It was a setback. He caused the panic, not the media.
But Tom,
he's talking about the panic on Wall Street because there's been now the stock market has dropped after this so-called compromise bill went through, and everybody should be happy again. And what has happened? The market has fallen.
Well, Jim Cramer's a southpaw. He comes out of the bullpen, that sidearm, slinky leftist stuff. But he's also true to his profession. He knows 2 and 2 is 4.
So he does that. Now, Sarah Palin, okay, she was talking a little upset here about Tea Partiers being terrorists.
Independent, patriotic Americans who desire fiscal sanity in our beloved nation being called terrorists. Heck, Sean, if we were real domestic terrorists, shoot, President Obama would be wanting to pal around with us.
She was on the Sean Hannity show.
Oh, I know.
What do you mean you know?
God bless her. She's a darling, and I root for her. I root for her to have a vocal cord transplant. I got to tell you, I cannot listen to this screech owl and this pleading. She just, I think her heart's in the right spot, and I think that she believes in the conservative values and what have you, and all those other types of cliches. But yeah, I don't have much input on what she said.
I kind of brought the show down a little bit. So now Matt Damon, the actor, he was on with Nicholas Bousley, who is he's got his reporter, and so Matt had this to say.
You've obviously been paying attention to that. Is one side that you're on with this debt ceiling debate right now?
I'm so disgusted. I mean, no, I don't know what you do in the face of that kind of intransigence. So my heart does go out to the president. He is dealing with a lot.
He's an idiot. He's just an idiot. He's uninformed. He's painfully liberal. He's been swallowed up in the propaganda machinery. You're supposed to work the machinery. You're not supposed to fall into it. When you get a job around the machinery, they're telling you, be careful, don't fall into the machinery. Well, this jackass fell into the machinery as soon as he walked through the door.
A little more when Matt Damon talked with Nicholas Bousley.
Why not raise it per $1 million, right? And then cap it somewhere.
Forming the tax code.
So instead of saying $250,000, because that's something people can go, well, wait a minute, will that pinch, the upper middle class too much? Why don't you just tax the really rich, guys like me, or raise it to 50% after $5 million?
This guy has no idea what type of a government he has. He has no idea what type of country he lives in. He doesn't know we have a constitutional republic that's under attack. He doesn't have any idea what pitting rich against poor is, class warfare. All of these things that are constructs of a leftist, sick mind are being accepted by people because it's in favor to be on the left. He's not brave enough to stand up and say, something, an actor in the Hollywood business. Oh, Barry's an idiot. And I'm as big a leftist as anybody else, but this guy's a jackass and shouldn't govern. And as a matter of fact, somebody please put some gaffer's tape over my mouth.
Do you think that Matt would actually like to give up his money like he's saying after?
No. No, none of
they
these
taught
people.
the game, but why don't they just say, you know what, I'm going to lead by, by doing, and hey, here's half my my fortune. You take it and save the country with it. If he wants to do that and he believes it, he should have the privilege of giving money to the government. If he wants, it could be his charity.
Exactly. He could drive the money over to the White House and come in and have a photo op, have lunch, and a beer with this guy that was a racist up in Connecticut, and they could all sit down with Biden, that idiot, and write everybody a check. I mean, it's nobody's stopping these people from giving them their money, but please don't sit there, while you're having a finger sandwich and tell them how to destroy the economy of the American people.
Now, Matt Damon, maybe he had some ideas. Maybe we should have listened to him, because maybe he would be able to craft a solution that would have solved this debt crisis. Here's more of another plan of Matt's.
Do you think the wealthy, those making $250,000 and above, are job creators? Create jobs, like small business?
Well, I didn't go start a small business with my tax break, and I don't know anybody else who did. Everybody's socking their money away. That did not create any. Nobody went and started a business with their Bush tax guy. That's, I don't know who would believe something. That just defies common sense.
Let's talk about common sense, about defying common sense for a minute. This guy has to be drunk. You cannot take this position. This guy has no idea what he's talking about.
Everybody's scared to spend their money because they know the country's in terrible shape. That's why nobody's going to spend any money. Matt Damon once says, hey, take more money of mine, over $5 million. And now he's saying, I didn't put any money in to start a business.
It's clear he doesn't have an overview of exactly what's happened to the country and why. He doesn't know. He's too busy making a lot of money, and God bless him. And I like the Bourne movies. I think he's very good in them. But he should just shut up.
Ladies and gentlemen, advice from the man who's watching out for us and the country, Fred Dreyer. We continue straight ahead. Final segment coming up. Don't forget, Fred will be on with Barry Farber right after the show. Stay with us on CRN.